Hey guys, this is Arsenal Giants PS3 and this is episode 12 of Season 5, our FIFA 12 Bolton Wanderers Manager Mode commentary. And first of all, I just want to apologise that this video has taken a pretty damn long time to come out. I've had a lot of stuff going on recently, I haven't had much time to do any recording, editing or uploading, but this video is out now and we are in the month of January, so I have 3 matches for you guys in this episode. First off, we have a home game against West Ham in the Premier League, followed by an away match against Derby County, and then lastly we have a home game against Blackburn Rovers in the FA Cup. So they are some pretty easy matches there. However, whenever I say that, I seem to struggle against them, so I'm not going to be saying that this episode, but moving straight on to the Premier League table. And we are on top with 43 points, 2 points clear of Manchester United and 4 points ahead of Chelsea. So as voted by you guys for last episode's goal of the episode, it was the Ibra goal against Wigan, where he turns on the spot and blasts it into the bottom hand corner. It was a pretty nice goal, so thank you guys for voting on that. But as it is January, that does mean that the transfer window is now open, and last episode I asked you guys a question, which was whether I should bring in a new centre attacking midfielder to complement Modric in the centre, or whether I should sell Mondana and bring in a new replacement goalkeeper, because Mondana does seem to have a few mistakes in him. He does seem to make the odd mistake every now and again. He does seem quite erratic really, so I think bringing in a new replacement goalkeeper could be the answer, and that was generally the unanimous response from you guys. So these are a list of option players, and also I forgot to add in Stegen or Stegen, however you pronounce it. So first off we have Manuel Neuer and Hugo Lloris. Both of them have an overall of 90, however they are going to be really expensive. And Martin Skettenberg also has a high overall. He's quite old though, but he is only 7.5 million, and also Thibaut Courtois from our old club Sunderland. So please leave a comment on which player you think I should be bringing in. Of course, if I do want to bring in Hugo Lloris or Manuel Neuer, I am going to have to flog off Steve Mondanda and probably some other players. But anyway, on to our first match of the episode against West Ham. And West Ham always had a relatively strong squad. They've always been quite tough opposition, and they get off to a good start here. Demirbay laying off a Taylor, and Mondana makes a slightly unconvincing save, but it is a good save nonetheless, and it does go out for a corner and nothing comes of it. But to be honest, I was kind of expecting an easy win here. I mean, West Ham are no pushovers, but we have been on a good run of form, and look at that finish there from Falcao. The finesse past Sebastian Frey in goal, really unlucky in him. It comes off the post and in the back of the net on the side netting, and West Ham tried to get back into the match. Demirbay on the ball, lays it off for Gary O'Neill or some person, comes back out to Jack Collison after Tiote with a really important tackle, and Demirbay trying to drive into the area, and just West Ham keeping up this pressure, and then the shot comes off a deflection from the defender, and it's an easy save for Mondana. But to be honest, apart from those few highlights that I have showed you, nothing else happened in the first half whatsoever. This highlight pretty much epitomises the first half. It just really was very uninteresting, and at half time it was Bolton Wanderers 1, West Ham 0, nothing really happening at all. The second half was a lot more interesting though. Ibra here with a shot just goes wide of the post, really unfortunate, came so close to an absolutely fantastic goal there, and Luka Modric has a chance here, just trying to curl that into the top corner. A good save by Sebastian Frey though to tip that over the bar, and it goes out for a corner, and of course nothing ever comes off them. But West Ham have a really good chance to equalise here. Colton Cole on the ball, tries to finesse it, comes off the post, really unfortunate, should have taken advantage of that really poor defending on my part. But now Falcao through on goal, has support in the shape of Ibra in the centre, and Ibra of course, as calm as ever, slots past Frey into the bottom hand corner to give us a 2-0 lead. And how quickly football can change. West Ham had a great chance, and then all of a sudden it is 2-0 to us, and we're going to continue our attack now. Modric playing through Falcao, some really nice football here, and Falcao with options in the centre lofts it over the top to Ibra, and he makes it 3-0 with a header and to grab his second of the match. Some really good football there, maybe a bit sweaty with the cross, but you know, I speak so much about sweaty goals, I do apologise, I just seem to crop up it in commentary, but regardless, I always say that a lot as well. We're on the attack once again. I'm just going to stop saying all these cliche sentences. Falcao through on goal now, and again has support, but this time just blasts it by Sebastian Frey to make it 4-0 to us, and that was a fantastic goal by Falcao. Just smashed it past the keeper, thought about sweating it across, but it was a good strike. And West Ham tried to get back in the match, they tried to do something, but look at this, straight up the field comes to Murphy, and Ibra on the ball now, cuts inside her a little bit, lays it off to Murphy, and he cuts it straight back to Ibra, and he makes it 5-0 against West Ham. And really unfortunate on them because they had the chance to equalise and then all of a sudden it just completely turned on its head. And West Ham now trying to grab a consolation goal. Freddie Sears on the ball and it goes out for a corner, and West Ham just couldn't get any luck today at all. And at full time it was Bolton 5, West Ham 0. Really unfortunate on them, but we are at last going to be flogging off David Ngog. I've tried so long to get rid of him and we finally managed to sell him for 5.5 million. So hopefully I can put that money either to bringing in a new goalkeeper once I do manage to sell Mandanda, or maybe we can use it to bring in another player. But moving on to our second match against Derby County, and to be honest, Derby County, I was expecting an absolute thrashing here. Not to be offensive to any Derby County supporters if there are any of you out there, but I was kind of expecting a really easy match here, but Derby actually get off to a good start. Sequoia on the ball, I'm sorry, I still can't pronounce his name at all, but, you know, Derby did put on the pressure, but there wasn't really much in terms of actual threatening attacks. You see here, it was kind of a really uninteresting start to the game, and of course, it is a Mandanda mistake which actually makes it interesting. Bryson on the ball here from the pass out from Mandanda, and the sweaty goal across to Sequoia. I'm sorry, I still can't pronounce his name, and he does make it 1-0. Mandanda does make it a good save to stop it on the first time, but then it's straight out in front of him and it is 1-0 to Derby. So, you know, I always seem to say it's an easy match, and then of course it just goes completely against me, and Djibril Cisse, of all people there, kind of surprised to see him there, almost makes it 2-0, and this time we have a chance. Falcao through on goal all the time, all the space in the world, and just couldn't take advantage of it. Has the chance, and it's a reasonably good save, but he really should be scoring there, and at half time it is Derby 1, Bolton 0, and I was really surprised with that scoreline. We have a great chance here though. Falcao on the ball, tries to cut it across the keeper, and it's a kind of comfortable save for him, and eventually cleared out by the defenders, but we really can't be losing to Derby County, so I'm going to start throwing the kitchen sink at them now. Ibra with the finesse, just putting on as much pressure as possible. It's a really comfortable save for him though, and now Modric on the ball. It's really congested in the middle of the park now, but Ibra cuts inside, comes off a deflection from the defender, really uncomfortable for the keeper, but he makes a good save, and now make a couple of substitutions, bringing on Hernandez and Lee Chong-yon, just trying to change the match really, because at this point it's not looking good at all. 78th minute comes to Hernandez, and another good save by the keeper, and I was getting not really frustrated but a bit anxious really, because we had so many chances to equalise and take the lead afterwards against Derby, but I just couldn't get anything at all, and that cross there just epitomised how poor in front of goal we were today. And Croft in the 90th minute, I tried to take him out, but here the cross is lofted in, and Crouch there gets to the ball, but it is eventually claimed by Mandanda. I try to get it up the pitch as fast as possible, but that is it guys. At full time, Derby County 1, Bolton Wanderers 0, and after all that talk at the start of the match, I still lost to Derby County, so that always seems to happen really. I always say, yeah, I can easily wipe this team off the park, I'm easily going to thrash them, and then it turns out to be a really hard match, but, you know, that's how football goes really. But on to our third and final match of the episode here against Blackburn Rovers, and as always, the player to watch out for at Blackburn is David Silva. They do have players like Rakitic and David Goodwillie. I always laugh at that, but I really shouldn't do. And, you know, those sort of players are players to watch out for, but, you know, in reality, we are at home, and our squad is stronger on paper than theirs, but to be honest, it was a fairly uninteresting first half. They had a Modric cross trying to get in the centre. It did show our attacking incentive, but it was a pretty poor cross, and Vukcevic now on the ball, plays through Rakitic, and his shot just hit the side netting. Really unfortunate on him, but Blackburn kept on the pressure. David Silva on the ball here, played it up to Petrovic, and his shot just went wide of the post. There wasn't really too much happening in clear-cut chances. Blackburn definitely were on top though. Petrovic yet again on the ball, lays it off to Lee Cattermole, and he plays through Rakitic, and just trying to tackles in there, just trying to get some good defending, and this time we had a chance of our own. Sanchez just before half time, his stamina is completely shot though, tries to lay it across goal, and that was an absolutely terrible pass, but this time it comes straight back out to Debussy, and Modric on the ball, still completely out of stamina. I'm going to have to make some substitutions. Played it up to Falcao, and what kind of a terrible header was that? I'm not sure whether it came off the defender or from Falcao, but at half time it was scoreless, so I decided to make a substitution, bringing on Cheick for Walter Gargano. It seemed to have a pretty positive impact. He really took control in the second half. Here you have Hernandez on the ball, just cuts inside a bit, goes for the cross into Falcao, and he headers right over the bar. He was offside though, so it wouldn't have counted anyway, but he really should have been scoring from that sort of range. And now Modric on the ball, Falcao then takes it past the defender, and then his shot is well saved by the keeper and eventually cleared out by Samba. But yet again, we just keep up the pressure. Modric now on the ball, gets a bit lucky there, and then plays through Hernandez, and Hernandez is quick. Now he has all the time in the world and just blasts it into the bottom hand corner. It seemed like a simple finish, but he put a lot of power into it, and just into the right bottom hand corner, sorry, the left bottom hand corner, And now I'm going to make a few other substitutions, bringing on Murphy and Shaqiri for Sanchez and Modric, because their stamina was completely awful for a lot of this match. But now, just in the 90th minute, there wasn't too many highlights at all, and it goes out for a corner there, and the corner is whipped in. It's an absolutely terrible corner, and it comes out to Vukcevic, but as they try to play again, just going to speed this up just a little bit as Blackburn tried to work themselves back into the match, but they couldn't make anything of it, and at full time it was Bolton 1, Blackburn 0, so we are through to the next round of the FA Cup, which is a kind of cool achievement, but it was really to be expected. So at the end of this episode, we are top of the Premier League with 46 points, now 3 points clear of Manchester United and 6 points clear of Manchester City, so we are pretty high on top now, and we have a little bit of space between us and Manchester United now, and at the bottom of the table is West Ham with 14 points. And now it's time for goal of the episode, and there weren't really too many standout goals. First off, we have the Falcao goal against West Ham, where he turns and then finesses it into the bottom hand corner, and then lastly we have the Falcao goal, the other Falcao goal rather, against West Ham, where he just blasts it past Sebastian Fraser. Please leave a comment on which one you think should be goal of the episode, and also I can't really think of anyone to be player of the episode, so if you could leave a comment on which player you think should be player of the episode as well, that would be greatly appreciated. So thank you guys for watching. As always, I do apologise, it's taken a really long time to come out, and you know, the commentary I'm maybe a little bit off because it has been such a long time, but I hope you enjoy it regardless. And anyway, so thank you guys for watching, hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, if you could leave a thumbs up, that would be greatly appreciated. So thank you guys for watching.